Okay, welcome back to PALS TV, everybody. Been having a lot of fun today, going through a variety of topics, discussing a ton of different things, a lot of different content. This next segment, coming to you live from Heath, Ohio, in Licking County, will be brought to you by Laura, Gary, Angie, and Bev. It's a very important topic right now. I think what's most important for all of us is to make sure that you are staying safe and healthy. And Laura's going to give you some pointers of things you can do at home right now to keep yourself safe, or if you're going out into public, the different types of masks you can potentially make at your home to make sure that we are all protecting ourselves and staying safe right now. So we're going to go to Heath, Ohio with How To with Laura. So.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Laura, and my assistant, Gary. I think most of you all might know him. Yeah, we're gonna have fun today with masks. So isn't it crazy world right now? We're going through a crazy world right now. But sooner or later, we're gonna be able to venture outside. And well, some of us are going out in our yard or whatever right now, but back to PALS or grocery stores and stuff. And I want to talk to you about masks. So this is what is called an N95 mask. You can't find these. You can't find these. You can't order them. They're very hard, but you can order them online and wait and stuff. This is what all the doctors and the nurses, I don't know if you can see this. I don't want to take it out of its plastic because it's gold, you know, and stuff right now. So then there are these ones that are a little bit easier to get. You can find these, and they're called surgical masks. And they're pretty cool. They have a little wire in them, and you can bend them, and you can just let me get rid of these. I knew I couldn't stand them. So anyways, you can just put them on, and you can put them on over here. And then they just go like this. I think that we have some of those. The problem with these masks is there's a gap, and you know, those little cooties can get in underneath the masks and stuff. So it just says Aaron. So then I want to show you, if you have these, because they're easier to get a hold of, how you can make them a little bit more safety for you before we get into making masks, okay? So if we take and we tie this knot, tie a knot like right here. I don't know if you can see, but I'm just going to tie a knot. And I don't know if this is really going to work or not, too, by the way. Should have tied it beforehand. But I saw this where they had tied a knot closest to the material. And then there's our little knot. So then it makes a little pouch, see? Now our thing has turned into a little pouch. And then they took and folded these in. Well, maybe ours won't fold in, but maybe I didn't have it. So anyways, when it's in a more of a pouch, it sticks out. Oh, by the way, the white side is the side that goes against you, and the blue side is on the outside. So I had that backwards. So now that it's in a more of a pouch, when you stick it in your ears, it makes less of a gap here. So it's harder for anything to get in. So if you have these, they're great, you know, if you can tighten it around here. The aim is so that nothing, and this has a metal, so we can punch this in around our nose so it's not getting in. It's, you know, it's tighter. And everybody see that? Mm-hmm. Good. So if you have these, you're all set. This is what everybody's recommended. This is what the surgical doctors and nurses are using when they go into the rooms with people that are very sick, so that they don't get it. Now, if you have a sewing machine and you're able to sew, you can make yourself a mask. I made this mask at home, but with a sewing machine and elastic. So, and of course, elastic is hard to get. I took an old bed sheet and tore out the elastic in my bed sheet that I was no longer using clean, And then I use that. And then that's just right around here. So there's all kinds of fun things that you can do, things that you can use around the house. For instance, my assistant, I just was using pipe cleaners. And you could use that as a metal for the nose piece. So if you don't have all of this stuff, there are things you can find. This is a bread tie, okay? Just a regular bread tie. Everybody's probably had that around the house. So we can use bread ties. Everybody got a bandana. I'm gonna have Gary make this. This one is gonna be made with a bandana. If you have one, you can make it, you can follow along. I'm gonna try to instruct Gary to make the bandana head thing. Scarf, okay? Scarf, let's move this stuff out here. And stuff, and so, to make a bandana, I mean, before we had to close PALS, we were making paper ones, and they were lots of fun, but they weren't very, we don't want any germs, you know, we don't want the germs to be able to get in. So to make this bandana, we're going to fold it in thirds, okay, so we're gonna just fold it, and then take the other end and fold it, and when you're making things like this, it should be about your hand size, the size of your hand. It should, if you do that, it'll cover your face. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, make sure before you start making your scarves that you wash your hands, okay? If you got germs on your hands and you're washed, we've washed our hands, by the way. If you got germs on your hands and you're making your scarf, you're just putting them on there, okay? And if you're making scarves and masks for everybody else, try it out on yourself, the first one, and then make the other ones so that you're not touching the inside of a mask that someone else is going to wear. So, where is the shoelaces? There's two ways you can make these. The shoelaces. We'll do the easiest one first, and then we'll do this one. So this, all you're gonna do, here's, you got 2 hair ties. If there's any girls in your house, you probably have hair ties. If you can't get a hold of elastic. So what you're gonna do, Gary, is put your shoelaces down. So you're gonna put shoelace, you're gonna put elastic on each end. So you're gonna have to pick it up, like pick up an end like this and stick that in there. Very good. Now remember, we're gonna use our hand as about the size we want our mask to be. So put your hand in the middle on the, okay, so you're gonna wanna bring down your ear, that's gonna be your earpiece when you're done, to your hand. Bring it down to about where your hand's gonna be. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. And then do it the same thing on the other one. And again, make sure you have clean hands if you're gonna do this. You might not have to actually touch it, just put your hand there. All right, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this one and you're going to put it inside that one. This might take a little finagling, okay? I'm gonna open it for you. So just fold that over and take that and put that inside there so that it's kind of flat.
Finagling right now, leave me alone.
I'm gonna have to put my glasses on to see this.
All right.
Okay, so then it's, can you lay it down? Okay.
Do I put this in here?
So I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. So then when he's got this all down here, and you know, this doesn't really look all that pretty, but nobody's gonna see this, and this is extra padding. As well as, where'd my paper towel go? so yeah, let's just be upfront. These are not going to be as secure as your N95, okay? These are like you're going to the store, you're going to be around somebody, you know, and you just want to protect yourself. Actually, they're saying that wearing a mask is protecting the other person, and if you both are wearing masks, then you're both more protected. But you know, so we would put that mask right in. We could fold that up and put that in there if you want double protection. So the more protection you have, the better it's going to be and stuff. So, and okay. So then you would take these. I'm sorry. Let's just fold this just one more time. We're going to stick that in there, okay? Like that.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll put it back in there. Now take your edges. Take your edges, and then you can put, these are going to go around your ears, okay?
Okay.
This is just the inside lining.
Okay.
And it's just like you're running out of the house real fast and you have to have a mask. These are going to go around your ears, like that.
I don't think it's big enough.
Now, the good thing about this is you can adjust this, okay? You can adjust this.
You need bigger ears.
Okay, so let's take this down and adjust it. You can adjust this to your size. Okay, so Gary has a bigger head than I had anticipated. So we're just gonna move it down just a little bit, okay? And then this way, it should fit. It should fit him a little bit.
Do we need 2 bandanas for my hair?
There we go. Now try this again.
Okay.
Now that it's a little bit looser.
Okay.
It might not all the way go in there, but you can adjust it to fit yourself, okay? Now, if you're a child and he's got that big beard too, and stuff. So stick this down inside there. Yes, there we go. It has to go up over your nose, Gary. Over your nose, because if you there it is. It's covering his nose. He's got that paper towel in there, and let's stick this down in there a little bit more, and there. So you got to play with it, you guys. I was gonna. There's no way the sock's gonna fit him. Okay. Let's take it off a different way, okay? So if you have shoelaces and all you have is this, let's take that off. And I'm gonna do a disclaimer before we do this one. I haven't done this one before. So, but we're gonna take our 2 shoelaces. These are new. They've never been on anybody's shoes. Oh, I'm so thirsty. And they're gonna go around and then around like that. So see, all you have to do, stick it underneath, and then you're gonna go around. Now, we're gonna do the same thing we did before. Maybe this is a really flimsy scarf. Maybe if you have like a cotton scarf, in which they're actually encouraging you to do. But like I said, that's why we have the paper towel in there. So now we're going to, that's all you did was just over it. Like you're going to tie a knot, only you don't tie the knot. Good. Now we're going to try this again, and I'm going to hold this for him. And okay, so, and he's going to try to stick that in there. Good. Very good. Now these will be your earpieces.
Oh.
Now you can pick these up, and I'm just gonna try to hold on to it while you pick it up. Stick those around your ears like this, and then once he has that around his ears, we can tie these like this, and perhaps you can tighten it right like that so that it makes less of a gap, so there's no gap, right? We don't want gaps because that's We don't want the germs to be able to get in. So there we go. Now that one seems to work much better for somebody with a big, full beard. And you know, and you can tweak it like again. These are not perfect. They're not the store-bought ones. So there's that one. Can you breathe?
Yeah.
You want that to, oh yeah, I didn't mention that, but it's all about having fun, guys, right?
Right, so-
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna take that, since we don't have the metal, you can't find the metal, you know, I've been using a lot of these, which we didn't put in his. We didn't put in his nose, but you can make it bend with these. And you can make it bend with these. And you can make it bend with paper clips. So you can just take your own, if you have a paper clip, say you don't have this, you don't have those, but you have a paper clip at home, you can open up your paper clip and then stick them in the nose piece right here. So this is one I sewed on a sewing machine, and it has a little bendy in it. So the next one that we're going to try to make is with a sock. Okay, so everybody has socks, right? So I think it's the bigger sock works better for me, although I've seen them make them over just a little one, and this part here would eventually be the nose part. I don't know about all that. But the fun thing about socks are, you know, they're stretchy on their own, and if you don't have anything but a sock, then that's what you got, you know, that's what you got to work with. You can, so do you want to cut this, or do you want me to cut this?
You can cut it.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this part right underneath the, what is this called? The top, the elastic top. I'm not gonna use that elastic top, although I might tell you that in some cases you might want to use this for ear ties, right? So you say you don't have these, but you need them, you can cut them little, and then they'll stretch out, and you can use them for like hair ties or for ear ties, okay? We're not gonna need them for this, because this is gonna be like El Simpo, Popolo. All right. So here we go, we got this, and I just cut this part off. Now I'm gonna go over to this side, and I'm gonna cut this part off too. So right about where it starts. Again, this is, you know, if you have I have a big head too, so sometimes these are a little bit tight on me as well. So in the tutorial that I was looking at, they didn't even cut them in half. They just cut them like that. See, this not covering everything. So I have to cut mine. So, and you might have to as well. Now, I can't put that on my face because you just put it on yours.
Sorry. I thought it was yours.
So from now on, he's going to wear this.
Okay.
He's going to wear the pink flamingos, okay?
Okay.
All right, take it down. Okay, so let's cut it down let's just cut it down the middle. Okay. Yeah, and it's going to be so hard for us. I mean, you see how hard it is for us to remember to keep our distance and stuff. So, you know, we've got to remember that distancing thing. Gary's a hugger, man.
I am.
We got big problems
Big,
going on.
big problem.
So
I've done good though. I've only hugged 7 people today. Just joking. I've hugged the same person 7 times.
are you messing this up?
No.
I don't have another sock. Well,
It's okay.
I do have another sock. I'm gonna get another sock. Straight line, buddy. That's okay.
That's a straightish line. What are you talking about? That's straightish.
It'll work.
See?
It's working.
You have to do that.
It's work. So what I'm gonna do here's one that I did already from the other sock, which is pretty cool. So we're going to, so it was fold it back up, fold your sock back up.
Okay.
And then we're going to take and fold this here, and we're going to cut let me make sure we do this right here. So we're gonna make a little slit in it. Yeah, that's right. So I'm just gonna fold it. I want to make sure that you guys can see. So it's about your finger now to your to the end of your finger, okay? And we're gonna just make a little cut here. And we're not gonna go all the way to the end. Don't cut to the middle there, okay? And then we'll fix that once we get the other one done. And so are you guys following me? I hope so. So we just folded the ends and we're gonna make a hole in the ends here, guys. We folded the sock back up and we are hopefully doing this correct. And now this one, we didn't get the hole very big, so it's okay. We can cut it now that we've got it going. So this funny looking thing is going to be our mask. Now, again, paper towel or coffee filter. So we're realizing that coffee filters are good too. So, because you can't get it through, the germies can't go through there. So we're gonna fold this, and you can cut it or you can just lay it so it's straight in there. So you're gonna have it, you're gonna hold on to it. So you'll have to hold on to it. So I'm gonna put mine on, and then hopefully Gary will put his on, right? He's got the coffee filter, or you can put the coffee filter in after you get the first ear on.
Okay.
Okay, if it would be easier. So I'm gonna just put this around my ear. The top part is going around my ear first, and then I have this hanging down, and I'm going to flip it up and go like that. That is a perfect little mask.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, and again, if you have a big old beard,
It's not that. This works well.
there you go. It's if you put the filter in, it might give a little bit of gap around. So this is very tight. You guys can hear me? Anybody got a lighter? No, for real. If your mask, if you put your coffee filter in, and if you can blow the lighter out, then you're not getting, then that's good. That's good. So the germs aren't getting in, or the virus, the big old virus. So, well, let me try this. Okay. If I get this in there, you got your filter in there? Okay, yeah, go ahead and light that and blow. That's good. Now, here's mine without a filter. I can put it out. See, that's what we're looking for. You don't want to be able to blow the lighter out. So, anyways, this was you look really cute with those little pink flamingos, Gary. You can do the same thing with the big old white socks. How much fun. This is just fun, guys. So we want to be having fun, but we also want to be safe, right? So this is just going to be real fast then. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to cut the ends off. Now you can also use this for another, you can make another one out of this, right? Like that, with the same process. They're just cutting they just cut the ear off here and this here. And nope, I did that one wrong. Ooh, I did that one wrong. So, well, let's see. Let's cut this down here. Make it big. I wouldn't.
Did I cut this off?
I would wait till I find out how I messed up. It should have been just the same way we just did that. So I cut this one wrong. So, but I can still fix it, guys. We can always fix things, can't we? We just play with it. So we're just gonna cut that, bend it over again, and then I'm just gonna cut a little one like this. You might have people that have smaller faces too, by the way.
Yes.
This is only one, so I'm gonna bend this under. I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take a piece of wire, and I'm going to put my wire under here. Now, if you have hot glue, if you can play with hot glue or sew needle and thread, you can sew that in there. We're not going to do that for now, but it's. Can you breathe? So we're gonna just, and then you can bend this how you want it, and then just put this on here. Whoops. You gotta play with these ear things, man. These are just real fun to play with. Now this is tight. It's really tight against here. Not so much here, but I'm good with that. For me, you know. Maybe if you want sometime later, I'll teach you how to put on a plastic guard out of
Milk curtain.
yeah, out of liter bottles. You can make guards, you know, and a cap, or you can make them with dividers. So that's our sock one, okay? I don't know how much time we have there, but
15.
shake what? Do I have stuff all over me? Okay. You see this one? I made this at home. This is my favorite t-shirt. This was my favorite tie-dye t-shirt. No longer. So anyways, but it was the same preface, and we're gonna make this. So we're gonna put this over here, put this over here. Then these ones, where's my other hole? They're out there. Then they're gonna go up over on top too, and it's gonna make it tighter. I can't see what I'm doing. I lost my mirror. So there, and it's gonna be the same premise with your coffee filters. You know, some people are saying use your wet wipes. I'm not seeing that, guys. I'm not going to encourage you to do that. They're like taking the wet wipes and blow drying them and then using them in their filter. They look like a great filter, but I don't want you going around smelling all that wet wipe stuff. That couldn't possibly be good for you. So I'm just going to get our t-shirt. I got a t-shirt here. At least 3 masks out of this. I got this t-shirt, by the way, at the dollar store. Dollar. I always love deals, man. So for our first t-shirt, we're gonna take and just cut the arm off. For our first mask. Go ahead, Gary. Make it along there, okay? On the inside of this line, okay? Go ahead. And so yeah, you don't have to go to the dollar store, especially if you're not in the house or anything like that, and you have some old shirts. Like I said, I think I probably tie-dyed this t-shirt here at PALS. But it was just a circle. I'm gonna do something different. We're gonna use it's the same premise of this one, but it's gonna be made with a square like or something. So this is gonna be our mask right here. This piece right here is gonna be our mask. So what we're going to do is, do you see where the seam is? So we're turning it so that the seam is here. So this will be our seam. And so the light side will be like this. Now, we're gonna go ahead and take the very bottom of this and go ahead and cut a strip all the way across there. And while he's cutting that strip, then let's keep it, yeah, so that you can. Might take a little finagling, or you might need your.
No way, we got
Oh, you got it. This is somebody else's hand in there helping.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're not going to use that piece. We might, you can use this for something else, but we want the inside piece, okay? We want the inside piece right here. So, okay. So, because, and there's a reason for that.
Say
Hi, Adam.
Say hi.
Hi, what's over
Here,
here?
come here, you're on
Say hi.
TV.
Hey, come over here and sit.
Come over here and sit.
I just jumped on this.
Oh.
Buddy.
Did you just, were you in Florida or something?
Yeah.
Hello.
It's cup here.
Oh, hello.
Money, I'm going to make it. Money, okay. Money,
Tell everyone hi.
Tell everybody hi, you're on TV right now.
hi. Please, only beach. Okay.
He went
Only
to
beach.
beach.
Money, I'm going to cop. Cop. Money, I'm going to cop.
You
Money.
say nothing's changed.
Monday, I'm going to weekend. Sunday, I'm going to weekend. Sunday, I'm going to cop.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut this.
Cops are quiet. Cops here.
Oh my,
Cops are doing the cop.
The cops were here?
Yeah, cops and the police and I'm going to do that. I'm going to minute. Sunday, I'm going to Sunday.
So this is.
Sunday to the beach. I want to beach. Monday, I'm going.
we did go to the beach.
I want to beach.
Did
Sunday,
you look tan? Look at this.
10. At 10. It comes 10. I'm going to 10. Sunday, I'm going to. Monday on the weekend. Saturday, I want to weekend. Saturday, I want to Sunday.
See yourself.
I see him. Sunday, I'm going to beach.
Mike's on there watching you. Tell him hi.
Okay, Mike has Sunday, I'm going to beach and Orlando. Sunday, I'm going to one on Monday, I'm going on a bus car.
Look.
Cop, the cops and the Mike. Monday, Monday, cop. Monday, I'm even doing it last night. Sunday, the bus car.
What's up, Adam? What's up, Adam?
I'm going. Hi.
Why
Why
don't
you
you,
going to
why
bus
don't
car?
you
Listen,
What?
try on a mask for us?
I do. I want to buy a bus car.
Yeah,
good luck.
Good box. It is.
Give him
we
one of
are.
those now.
No.
Try, yeah, one of the smaller ones.
I'm crying. Thank you.
Yeah, but put duct tape on it.
Two.
You ready? Look at Mike. Still good.
Look at Mike.
We've tried. It doesn't work. Nice.
How's that?
Hey, Mike. What did you yesterday?
What's up?
I want weekend. Sunday, I want the weekend. Sunday, I had to take a job yesterday, a weekend.
Adam.
What?
Really.
I did. Sunday, I'm going to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom. Okay. Sunday, I had to go to the bathroom. I do like to go in the bathroom. I want about those.
I'm sorry. I'm not responsible.
I do. Sunday, I'm going to.
All that.
I'm up. Monday, I'm out Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I'm on the weekend. Back here, I'm
Adam, why don't you say, how are you?
I like you.
Not you.
Funny.
Adam, we're gonna get you your own. We're gonna get you your own hour on PALS TV.
No, I said I'm going to make said I'm going to run the gun.
Now he'll say you're here, so how am I gonna get away with saying
But
you
really,
can't go to
I'm
Pal?
going to try the weekend. Saturday, I'm off the weekend.
Have you heard any words yet?
No. What do you ask? What do you ask?
Yeah, we need help here.
I'm help. What do you ask?
The parents.
Sunday, I want the weekend off. Sunday, I'm going to shoot the gun.
No, you're not gonna shoot a
I'm
gun.
going to the gun. I haven't been going
You see
yesterday.
Adam with the gun, run away.
I'm going away. I'm going to the gun. You know what they call the band? I'm gonna do. I'm
How do you
gonna,
feel about wearing that mask?
I do. I'm gonna bring.
Yeah.
I got. I'm going to. Wait a minute. Wait. Monday. I'm Sunday. Sunday. I'm going to church. Sunday.
They
Sunday.
better go because they're doing a program.
I'm gonna do plumbing. I'm gonna.
You are doing the program.
You're on TV right now.
Right.
You're
you
on
are
TV.
very
House
much so.
TV. We are live, and people are watching you live on TV right now.
Bye. Do listen. Do listen.
Look, there's Aaron too.
There's
Aaron. Aaron.
I had to come back online for
Maybe
this
I
one. This
should
is
miss
terrific.
Adam.
And
Our
back.
first special guest.
Do listen.
Wow, Adam.
Wait. What do you listen? What do you listen? I sleep. I sleep all the yesterday.
That's about right.
I sleep all the yesterday. I like
And now you're full of energy today.
I go out the weekend was Sunday. I'm 7. I took it back. I was going to bathroom yesterday.
Okay, come on.
Here, take this mask with you.
Tell them bye.
Tell them
Tell
it's a
them bye.
guy.
Hi, Adam. Miss you, buddy.
there.
Come back. Please come back. You did
Bye.
great.
Okay, she's been down there. Bye.
Come
Take your mask. This has a filter thing in it. Put a filter in it.
Right. Right.
Thanks for stopping
Right.
by.
Adam.
Oh,
Miss you, buddy.
I'm
sure
gonna-
miss you.
I'm gonna make it past soon.
Sure did.
Back soon.
A weekend. I'm gonna make the house.
Come on, we're
I'm gonna wear it. Make the house soon.
Where's your mask?
Sorry.
You better be calling me soon.
I will.
I'm telling you.
Oh, that was fun. He stuffed the mask in his pocket. You're supposed to wear it, Adam, not in your pocket.
Holly has a tape of her.
Okay, so back to our mask making. So
So I'll
I
have
don't
her
know if
send it
everybody
to
saw
you.
when I cut this piece off, we just stretched it and it made beautiful rope, you know. The more you stretch it, the longer it gets, and we're gonna cut it in half right now and stuff. And so that's a really long rope, but we don't need that big of a rope. So all we need is this rope, this t-shirt that we have, and the sleeve to make this mask. And of course, if you want a filter, you know, your paper towel or whatever. I'm going to take this and this. Now see, I put this seam going down the middle instead of the end now. And I'm going to fold this over about a thumb's length again, or maybe even less, maybe less than a thumb's length. And I'm going to cut some little slits in it. And I don't know if you can, I want to cut probably an even amount, 1, 2, 3, probably 8 I'm looking at, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have to do the same thing. Now, remember, you don't want to go through the edge, the folded edge. You're just going to turn it to you, make a little cut, fold it over, and we're going to cut. And you kind of want them to be where the other ones were. If you wanted to mark this with a pencil, that probably would be even better, you know, or it doesn't do things like that, but we should, sometimes when we're learning, we should maybe mark things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 8 holes. They're not on the end, but they're in the middle. And so we're going to put the string through there, but in order to do that, it's going to be a little bit more hard. I'm going to take the edges of my scissors and I'm going to go in and out like this. And as I do this, it's going to broaden the hole. Look, I see this little hole that I didn't even get cut all the way through. And it's going to just make it a little bit easier for us to weave it. And that t-shirt part there is going to be a little string. And this is going to be the edge. And it will gather. If we did this right, it will gather correctly. So we're just going to in and out like this. Not too bad. And That's making the holes bigger so that we can take and weave it. See how when I did that with the scissors, it just made them a little bit bigger. So it's easier to weave in and out. When I say weave, that means, you know, this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here, and we're just gonna go back and forth like this. And I only made 8 holes, so it shouldn't be too long to do this. Sure was good to see Adam. I cannot wait till we can all be back at PALS. I can see all my other friends here. So that's the one side. Do you see the side there? And then we're going to do that same thing to the other side here. In and out with the scissors, or you don't have to do this part, but it makes it so much easier to get your string through if you do. You don't have to fight with it if you just stretch it out there. And just push it there. Now, I want, this came out that way, so I want it to come out that way again. To make sure it does, I'm gonna start on this end. And we're gonna go in and out. In and out. Well, yeah. And then I didn't get this hole poked quite as fast as I should have, could have, would have. Now this, now that we got this going, and it's round, so this big part's here, it's gonna be here. This, we're gonna take and tie it. And we're gonna squish it how we want it. We're gonna worry about the strings later once we get it done, okay? So there we go. We'll just tie this like this. This is gonna make the gathering around our face, right? Forgot how to tie a knot, guys. Do you guys ever forget that stuff? So then this is our mask. There it is.
Very good.
And that is all made out of one. There you go. And by the way, this one, it has a pocket so that you can put your filter inside again when you're going out. So we're running out of time, and I still have a couple more masks, huh? To make. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, there's a chat function on the computer, and if you have any questions, you can use that. I can't see it, of course, and stuff, but that he looks frozen. Was he frozen?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So what do we got until 2, or are we done, or what?
I think we're just about ready to wrap.
Where's Aaron?
I didn't know. I don't know.
You're good, Laura. Each segment's around 45 minutes, so this was absolutely wonderful. Very valuable information, especially given the current times and everything we're living through. I can't thank you enough, Gary, and even having a special guest like that. I don't know if that was planned or not, but very well done. Day just keeps on getting better and better. So we're going to come back again in 15 minutes to join Columbus and the final segment of the day and learn a little bit more about this virus right now and what's happening to all of us, and just continuing to try to stay safe. So like Laura said, we want to see all of you very soon. So please do whatever you can to keep yourself safe so we can all be together here soon. Thanks.
Awesome job.